by Joe, me gotta go, me oh my. Me gotta go for the people down the bayou. In my Yvonne, sweetest one, me oh my. Son of a gun, we're gonna have good fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya and a crawfish pie and a filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Machera meal. Big guitar, filled with jar and regale. Said son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Here we go. Oh, and the place is buzzing. Kinfolk come to see Yvonne by the dozen. Dressed in style, go hog wild, me oh my. Said son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Here we go. Oh, jambalaya and a crawfish pie and a filet gumbo. Because tonight I'm gonna see my Machera meal. And big guitar, filled with jar and regale. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. One more. Oh, jambalaya and a crawfish pie and a filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my Machera meal. Jar and regale. Said son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Well, son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Said son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. Though there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you, and light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold cap too. Well, she's got a pad down at 34th and Vine for selling little bottles of Love Potion number 9. Yes. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. Well, I've been this way since 1956. Looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is Love Potion number 9. Yeah, she bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like India ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything in sight. And when I kissed the cop down at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion number 9. Oh, yes. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed the cop down at 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of Love Potion number 9. Love Potion number 9. Love Potion number 9. Love Potion number 9. house on the moon. There would be no neighbors and no population boom. Well, you might say that all I do is dream my life away. Well, I guess it's true, 'cause I'm stoned in love with you. Well, I guess it's true, 'cause I'm stoned in love with you. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, and I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty just holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I'm too misty and too much in love, too misty, and I'm too much in love. The magic dragon, he lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper, he loved that rascal Puff, and brought him strings and sealing wax, other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff that magic dragon, he lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff that magic dragon, he lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff that crazy dragon, he lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. And Puff that mighty dragon, well, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane without his lifelong friend. Puff could not be brave, so Puff that mighty dragon sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff the magic dragon, he lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff that magic dragon, he lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Long, long time ago, well, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew that if I had my chance, that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. And they were singing, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes, and I kicked off rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage rockin' buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew that I was out of luck that day the music died. Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. I went down to that sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wasn't playing. And in the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried, and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken, and the three men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast the day the music died. And they were singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. They were singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die.